Should literacy activities become fully virtual in the future? This question strikes at the heart of recent educational policies and movements to digitize more lessons. It seeks the cost of digitization to student academic and cognitive performance and questions whether students are learning the right skills they need to be successful in our society. First of all, what is literacy? Literacy is defined as the ability to read and write. What would it mean to be fully virtual? Going fully virtual would mean eliminating paper and pencil activities, something some students may have a preference for or even need in order to acquire appropriate literacy skills. Let's look at the research behind using paper versus digital technologies. According to James and Engelhardt, handwriting experience is necessary for letter perception and letter processing in the brain. This occurs because handwriting forms sensory motor memory traces, or synapses in the brain, in a way that typewriting simply cannot. This suggests that pencil and paper activities are not only necessary in school curriculums, but foundational for literacy acquisition. But beyond the research, how is this issue perceived in current society, particularly among educators? To gain more insights, I created and disseminated a survey to 45 people. 26 people responded. 58% of respondents were educators. 100% of respondents reported that digital skills are necessary in our society, but only 69% agreed that paper and pencil skills are necessary in our society. Furthermore, about half of respondents reported that they prefer writing digitally versus about 1/4 who prefer writing on paper. This data suggests that digital skills are more widely used than pencil and paper skills. Even so, respondents are hesitant to say that digital skills are more important than pencil and paper skills. In the short answer response section of the survey, educators reported concern for students' digital literacy proficiency, suggesting that students need further digital support or education to be successful when reading and writing online. At the same time, educators also reported an overall decline in student sensory motor functioning and handwriting skills, suggesting a need for continued student experience with pencil and paper activities. Furthermore, both educators and non-educators agree that digital skills should be taught in school, but also disagree on the age at which these skills should be taught. So what does this all mean? The bulk of the data and research is pushing the project to find the correct balance between digital and pencil-paper skills. There is already a trend in education that could be part of the solution. Blended learning calls for teachers to incorporate a balanced mix of paper and digital exercises for students. However, several problems arise with this solution. First is the issue of equity and access to digital resources. Not every district has the means to provide students with paper and digital experiences. The second is the question of when blended learning should begin. 90% of participants in my survey reported that digital skills should first be taught in elementary school or below. Although this was a small, mostly homogeneous sample size that does not reflect the whole of education, this does raise concerns about whether the order in which we teach digital or paper skills matters in student cognitive outcomes. Moving forward. Further research is needed to see when, specifically, pencil and paper skills should be taught and when digital skills should be introduced. The order in which these skills are taught and the age at which they're taught could have a profound impact on students' cognitive functioning. Research is also needed to find the appropriate balance between digital and paper skills as students advance in their academics. Should a higher emphasis be placed on digital skills to prepare students for the job market beyond high school, or the more fundamental pencil and paper skills? Such research has the power to inform future policy and curriculum standards in order to place the correct amount of emphasis on each of these literacy skills. However, a one-size-fits-all approach will not work when creating literacy policy. According to the National Council for Teachers of English, different students have vastly different needs when it comes to learning how to read and write. Therefore, a uniform solution for all students and districts cannot be made. Perhaps the best long-term solution is to continue personalizing education for each student. This means that the curriculum should not be limited to one format over the other. This also means that school districts cannot and should not declare that work must be done in a fully virtual or paper format. The question of how to personalize education is, in and of itself, another wicked problem, but it might be the best worst-case solution to the problem of digital versus pencil-paper literacy activities.